Fox 55 Sports, this is The Locker Room.
Nobody believed in me, so I had to show 'em. Been preparing for the top, that's exactly where I'm going. Always said that I'd be great. People thought that I was trolling. No smiles, I ain't joking. Let me tell you what's my motive, yeah. I'm coming for everything. 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 Everything.
This would mean a lot to our senior class. I mean, the last 2 years we played them, we came up really close to them. We were up 21-0. They came back, and we lost. Then last year, going undefeated into it, we lost. We were really upset about that, so it would mean the world. And it would be a bittersweet for our seniors, like I said, and just for the whole football team in general and for our coaches.
They know we've been on the losing end since 2015, and we've been up, we've been ahead, we've had some close ones, and you know, I think more than anything we want to finish.
Even though the bells, you know, maybe out of the question to receive, I think it's still a big ego pride game. If you win, you know, there's gonna be bragging and all that type of stuff. So I think it's still a lot of pride going into this game.
With us being their only loss last year, we know that they're going to come out and give us, you know, all they got. So we know we got to come do it too. So that's a big rivalry for us.
It's a lot to look forward to because a lot of the upperclassmen that used to go here, they'd text me and be like, "Y'all can't lose. Like, how do they look?" And give me benefits and tools like how we could do better against them. You can't mentally break. That's one thing they always emphasize too. Got to be mentally strong, and then if we execute, the game should be ours.
You know it's going to be physical. You know they are very well coached. They're not going to make mistakes. They're going to attack the weaknesses that you have. And so you better be better at your weaknesses or they're going to exploit them. They have players that can make plays. It's just everything you want in a high school football game.
It's everything you want indeed. Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome inside the locker room alongside my partner in crime, Peter Hood.
You can tell we're partners by the way we're matching. We never plan this stuff, but somehow we always end up matching. Yeah. I don't understand it.
I don't get it, Pete. I'm Justin Prince, by the way. At least two things are certain every year when it comes to Snyder versus Bishop Dwenger. Number one, you know it's going to be a great game, and number two, you know it's going to rain.
Every year we've been here, it's rained for Snyder Dwenger, but at least they don't have to play in that mud bowl anymore. No mud at Spooler, no mud at Zollner. Yeah, it's Snyder Dwenger, man. What else needs to be said? Over the last 25 years, these two prestigious programs have combined to win 20 Summit Athletic Conference championships. So, more often than not, over the last quarter century, this has been the game that decides who gets the victory bell. But that's not the case this season. Homestead can wrap up its first SAC title with a win over Wayne tonight. So really, all that's on the line at Spooler Stadium this evening is pride, and a lot of it, Jay Prince.
Speaking of Spooler, Pete, let's head there now. It's the Panthers squaring off with the Saints in the locker room's game of the week. Both teams come in with 6-1 records. Snyder ranked 6th in Class 6A. Dwenger ranked 4th in Class 5A. Defense dominated the day early. First drive, Patrick Finley takes the handoff. He's stuck in the backfield by Tavian Rucklos and Donovan Ely. Dwenger would end up having to punt. Later on, Snyder, they're going for it on 4th down. Cameron Trotter stuffed at the line by Gage Renbarger. Officials would measure it. It's short, and the Saints take over. Ensuing drive for Dwenger, moving the ball well. Finley finds a hole, makes a nice cutback, and he's brought down just inside the 1-yard line, right into your living room.
Way to not go down there, big fella.
A lesser athlete would have. Next play, Devin Tittman powers it in. Saints take the 7-0 lead after a quarter of play. Not much scoring the rest of the way in this one. Dwenger moves to 7-1 with the 14-7 win.
So the Saints need a Wayne win to stay alive in the SAC. Homestead hosting the Generals. Spartans trying to claim the program's first victory bell. Offense got off to a bit of a slow start in these wet conditions, but defense and special teams were key for Sparty early. That's Malik Mickens making his way into the backfield. Moments later, Wayne punting out of its own end zone. Jake Archbold back deep for the Spartans. Makes one guy miss, and there he goes, Jay Prince. The do-it-all senior returns at 40-plus yards. He's brought down deep inside General's territory, and that sets up an easy touchdown for Homestead. No Braden Hardwick for the Spartans, so it's Ryan Burton taking over at running back and doing a fine job of it. Burton gives Sparty a 7-0 lead, and that's all they would need. For the first time, the victory bell is headed to the southwest side. Homestead clinches the SAC championship with a 24-0 win over Wayne.
The Sparty party continues.
Absolutely.
Over to a wet, sloppy Zollner Stadium we go. Tim Manigal and Concordia hosting Carroll just before half. Chargers already up 7. Trevor Horton on to the attempt the short field goal.
Heck yeah, give the kicker some love.
All right. He's pure. Carroll takes a 10-point lead to half. Third quarter, Chargers get the ball first, and Logan Swain in at QB flips the pass to Eddie Bransfield. He rumbles forward for a nice gain. A few plays later, Hunter Mertz takes the handoff. He's got some space outside, and he picks up a nice chunk of yards before being taken down. And then, you know what they say, Pete, later in the drive, you got to let him finish.
Those poor white jerseys, man. They stood no chance tonight.
Gets the pitch, gets the edge, touchdown Chargers. Extra point, no good. It wouldn't matter, though. That's the final score of the game. Carroll wins 16-0.
Our next stop comes at Chambers Field, probably the two most improved teams in the league squaring off. Northside hosting Northrop. Bruins took a 10-3 lead late into the third quarter, but after a bad snap on a punt, Northside gets great field position. Alex Holiday Robinson finds the end zone. We're all knotted at 10. The Legends defense forces a 3-and-out, and they force another punt, and this time it's blocked. Theo Redmond, man, this kid makes plays all over the field.
Right.
Comes up with a huge one here on special teams. That sets up the offense on the 2-yard line, and you know what's coming here. You said it earlier, Jay Prince. What's every day?
Every day's a holiday.
Alex Holiday Robinson once again. Legends take the lead, and they'd never look back. Northside, we said they were a team to watch at the beginning of the season, and they moved to 4-4 with a 29-10 win.
Our final stop in the Summit City comes at Bishop Luers. Knights trying to snap a 5-game losing skid against Southside, and they're up a point when we pick this one up late first half. Archers trying to put something together before the break, but C.J. Hale having none of it. Knights going to halftime with a 7-6 lead.
He's a good player.
He is. Luers gets the ball first coming out of the locker room, and they wasted no time putting their foot on the gas. Braden Coward bounces it outside, gets first down yardage, and what do they say, Pete? All gas, no brakes?
Absolutely.
Moments later, give it to Coward again. This man is on a mission right here. Coward refusing to go down, breaks free.
Slippery.
And all of a sudden, it's 6 for the Knights. This one, all Luers in the second half. They roll to the 30-12 victory.
To the NE8 now, it's rainy and cold in Kendallville, but the faithful still showing out for East Noble as they host New Haven, and they had a whole lot to cheer about in this one. Third quarter, Knights already up big. Bailey Parker, the interception. Then it's Bailey Parker, the touchdown on the ensuing possession. What can he do? You said it, Jay Prince. 35-8 lead for East Noble. They were far from finished. Less than 2 minutes later, after another New Haven turnover, Justin Marcellus makes his way into the end zone, and then just for good measure, Parker, you said it, man. Kid can do it all. This time he drops a dime over Gage Ernsberger's shoulder for 6. Knights clinch at least a share of the NE8 title for a third consecutive season. 56-8 your final over the Bulldogs.
Down to Leo we go. Lions hosting Columbia City at Lions Field. Fourth quarter, Leo already up 29, but how about some life from C-City? Gregory Bolt complete to Hunter Herring down inside the 5-yard line. A few plays later, Abe Barrera takes the handoff untouched into the end zone from 3 yards out, and it's a 29-7 game.
Pretty big hole there. He could have drove a truck through that thing.
I could have walked in through that. Lions would do their best to run out the remaining clock. Carson Hepner takes the handoff for first down yardage, but C-City would stand pat, force a turnover on downs, and then Max Bedwell finds a corner. He gone. Taillights, Dojo, play the fight song. Eagles pull within 15, but it was too little, too late. Leo would run out the clock on the next possession. Lions win 29-14. A couple of other NE8 scores for you tonight. DeKalb winners big over Belmont 56-0. Norwell doing the same to Huntington North 43-14.
And Knights getting back on track there. Over to AC country we go. South Adams looking to lock up their first conference crown since 1993. They're facing Woodland. A lot of defense in this one tonight. Second quarter, no score. James Arnold back to pass. Overthrows his man. He's picked off by Jacob Romer. Nice return. Woodland's in business, but the Warriors would give the Starfires a gift right back. Ben Reedy, good to see him back out on the field, looking left, picked by Jacob Plattner. Starfires have the ball back, and on the ensuing drive for the Stars, Christian Somerset gets the nice gain left. He had 266 yards on the ground. to go along with 2 scores. Unfortunately, we weren't there for the 2 scores, but on one of those scores would not happen on this drive. Again, there'd be donuts on the board at half. The Starfires come out on top. Party like it's 1993. South Adams wins 15-0. Congrats to Coach Mosier and company.
Some other ACAC scores for you. Adams Central, nice win over a good Bluffton team, 33-7. And how about a good win for Southern Wells?
Hey, there we go.
38-21 over Heritage.
All right, final score from the ACAC. Everybody's got to play at least one non-conference game every week. And today it was Jay County. They fall to LaPel, 28-6, your final.
We move to the NECC now. Eastside clinched at least a share of the small division title last week. They can win it outright by beating Central Noble tonight. Scoreless when we pick this one up first half. Nothing there for LeBon Davis, so he takes off, and the sophomore quarterback showing you some speed. He's brought down inside the 10-yard line. Later in the drive, though, Davis, you're not going to like this one. Picked off down by the goal line.
He's young, still learning.
Indeed,
still learning.
He is. Tristan Harold coming up with the INT, keeps the game scoreless, but not for long. Cougars get the ball on their own 1-yard line, trying to get out of the shadow of their goalpost, but the ball pops free. Carson Evers comes up with it for the Blazers, and this time they'll keep it on the ground. They learned from the Seahawks.
Yep, absolutely.
Ethan Farnsworth finds pay dirt. Eastside takes the lead. They go on to win 28-7. Blazers outright conference chance for the first time since 2016.
And congrats to Coach Todd Mason. Also in the NECC tonight, good one between West Noble and Churubusco. Couple of 1-loss teams. Busco's now a 2-loss team. West Noble wins 33-20. Angola holds on to beat Garrett 18-14.
Some other NECC scores for you. Lakeland topping Fairfield in a close one, 20-14. Fremont topping Prairie Heights in a not-so-close one, 26-0.
All right, good one up in the Northern Lakes Conference. Warsaw ranked top 10 in Class 6A, taking on Northwood. All the rain forced teams to rely on the running game. First possession for Northwood. Ben Mestash takes the handoff, races down the sideline, and there he goes.
Wonder if he has a mustache.
60 yards for the first touchdown of the game. I'm going to ignore that corniness right there. Couple possessions later, Warsaw goes for it on 4th down. Blake Marsh, see ya, my man. That's 50 yards to the house. Some big plays in this game as the Tigers go on to win a big one, 35-14, your final. One other game from the Northern Lakes to report to you. Elkhart Memorial, a 21-14 winner over Wawasee.
To the Three Rivers Conference we go. Southwood, they remain unbeaten with a 31-0 win over Rochester. Tippy Valley bouncing back from their loss last week with a 25-0 win over Manchester.
Tough one for the Apaches tonight. Wabash falls to Maconaquah 56-19. Northfield able to handle Whitgo pretty easily, 24-0. Your final there.
And finally, it's our play of the night, and it takes us back to the South Side. And these South Side Archers just were not going to be able to take it. There we go. Braden Coward on this play. The Bishop Lures Sr. breaks about 5 tackles on his way to the end zone. That play sparks the Knights. They would roll after that. They snap a 5-game losing skid with a big win over the Archers.
My pants are still very wet, so my request is I think we've had enough rain and bad weather over the last 3 weeks or so. So if we can just cut all that out for the rest of the season, playoffs we could be good and be nice sunny skies. And I'm cool with the cold. Rain though,
stay away.
Yeah.
Alita, wherever you are, we're going to ask you for nice weather.
We're done with the rain for the season. So you heard it here first.